Right, well, I just got a bunch of stuff in the mail. So I ordered parts from two places. Summit Racing, which is just easy because they ship really fast, and Brian Tooley out of Texas, I think they are. So from Brian Tooley Racing, I just bought, well, I'll just show all the stuff I bought. Just they had the best price on a new harmonic balancer bolt to go in the crank, the 10 bolts to go on the main caps and the sides. They have the little seals on them. I just bought them just because they were cheap. I also bought the flex plate holder for the back for torquing down the crank bolt. I could have made one, but for 20 bucks, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I bought some ARP lube for torquing all the bolts on the motor. I'm going to use it on all the stock fasteners and everything, even the torque angle stuff. A harmonic balancer installer. I also bought a harmonic balancer puller. I'll probably include that in the total price when I do the end write-up, but I bought this just because I actually have more than one of these LS style motors, and I figure I'm going to be doing another one soon, so I get it. And then the stuff I bought from Summit, you know, it was quite a bit for a rebuild. I mean, a stock rebuild at $711, which is, you know, more than most people want to pay. But when I got the motor, I wasn't sure if it was destroyed or not, bearing wise. So I just went ahead and gonna do the whole bottom end and everything because I have it down to a bare block. So I got like a LS2 style cam chain. The anti-seize, the Permatex stuff, this stuff works really good for exhaust manifold bolts in aluminum heads. I actually called them direct, talked to the guy, and he said this was the best thing to use. The milling, I mean, if you're just gonna do stock stuff, milling, even, you know, performance stuff, milling's great. They do pretty good, just stock reproduction things. This is just the green style O-rings for, this camera's going nuts. Green style O-rings for the oil pump. There's two different styles, so make sure you know which ones you're gonna get. I went with King bearings on everything, so these are the, I don't know, I think those are the main bearings, the rod bearings, and cam bearings. So these are the part numbers here for everything. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Had to do something real quick. Anyways, King bearings. I hear they're fairly good and they're a good price. And then I wasn't going to replace all the plugs. I was just going to replace the barbell here in the back. But I needed to take this oil plug out when I took the block to the machine shop. So I found this kit from Milling, and it's just all the oil plugs, and it has this plug right here which blocks off the block heater that I'm not going to put back in. So that's good. I don't have to find some kind of janky old pipe plug to put in there. Rings, just set of pretty much stock replacement rings. That's the part number. They were a good price. Obviously plastic gauge so I can check all the clearances before I final put it together. Everybody says, well, half the people I talk to say get new head bolts. And I'm not spending $200 on ARP head bolts. It's ridiculous. Everyone else I talked to said reuse the head bolts. It doesn't make a difference. People have made thousands of horsepower on reused stock head bolts. So, you know, I'm sure that you could reuse them, but these were, I think both of these together were like $45 or something like that. One kit for each side, just pretty much stock replacement bolts, which they're fine, because I'm planning on, you know, driving this motor, a daily driver, for a long time, and it'll be, you know, pretty much towing a lot of stuff and get some pretty rough life. So I figured I'd just get stock replacements. These are the LS7 style. Let's see here. Yeah, the LS7 style lifters and guides, and you can use these with stock push rods and all that. I've heard stories of there was a problem with the original style lifters, and they just made noise, and it, you know, eventually failed. So I figured I had to get new lifters anyways, because one of them was messed up in this motor. I figured I'd just get the updated version, and they were cheap. They were like $150 for the lifters and the trays, so whatever. And they're roller lifters, stock. And then here's the, it's upside down. I'm not gonna flip the boxes there, or already opened it. It's the full gasket kit, and it's got the seals for the valve guide seals. Good quality. Felpro makes good stuff, so good quality intake. It's got everything else into there: rear main, front main, water pump, the oil pan, everything. And then it has the stock style MLS head gaskets, which are supposed to be really good. Everyone also says you can reuse those, but I was not sure. Upon taking this motor apart, I found some rust in one of the cylinders, so I had a feeling it had a blown head gasket, or some leakage or something. So that's why I went for brand new head gaskets. I just get it done. So once again, that's what I got from BTR Racing, which, since I'm in California, I had to actually call them and order it, because they won't ship anything that is like motor parts to me. And here's the rest. The only thing I don't have is, well, two things. Exhaust manifold bolt kit, because there were so many broken ones. I had to buy a whole kit. And then the locking plate. The locking plate is, it's just a plate that goes over the cam bolt on the cam gear, and you bend the tabs down so the bolts can't back off. It's cheap insurance for a motor that is going to see a lot of miles. So I hope that explains what we're all putting in, and I'm sure I'll mention all these parts again.